Lucky Boys Podcast.
Question has gone in and out. I do want another dog at some point, but not right now.
I mean, what about you, Noam?
I
mean, you never had
I get this.
have you?
Well,
How about fish?
Living with you guys has taught me to never get a pet. so you guys taught me a lesson. I like that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Wait, why?
No, I see that if you want to be a responsible pet owner, there's a connection that you develop with your pet. You know, a dog, especially because they're man's best friend, and there's a deep connection that's built between you guys. And I don't think that I will be able to handle, because in reality, you're gonna outlive your dog no matter what, right? And there comes a day where you have to face reality, and you know that your dog's gonna pass away before you do. So I don't think I can handle that. Plus, also the responsibility. I get this question all the time from Gabby that she wants a pet, and I'm like, no.
Man. I will concede that. I mean, yes, to be a responsible dog owner, you develop this relationship with your dog, and it's like, you ever seen Avatar? Not the Last Airbender, which is
The cartoon.
Awesome. The cartoon.
The blue aliens.
The blue tall motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then when they have to get that lizard, dragon, whatever, and they take their hair.
Yep.
And they connect it like an outlet into the lizard.
Or other uses case scenario that we won't go into.
So
for those that seen the movie,
when you really develop a bond like that, when you bind with your dog, they go on with you with hikes. They're with you when you're going out for your walks and you're just thinking, or when you're at home, or when you come home, which is probably the best. And they're just wagging their tail, insanely super excited, and for some reason that their energy just transfers over to you, and you're happy for whatever, even though you had a shitty day. That to me is amazing, that bond. But then when they pass away, and it's like a lot of the times, most of the times, when it's not even them passing away, it's not like you wake up one day and your dog is dead. That's
you have the responsibility of making sure they pass away peacefully. So
right.
You have to make that decision.
You see the progression, the decline of whether it's their coordination or their diet.
The muscle mass is just losing mass.
Right. And it becomes really painful to watch that decline and just seeing that they're just not puppies anymore. They're not, this healthy stud, and driving them to that veterinarian. And I'm being a total bummer right now, but man, like,
that's the reality of it, though.
Like,
when I had to drive Moet, I mean, with X, you guys, I mean, when you saw me with X, I was a mess. I was a hot mess. I wasn't even trying to hold back my tears in front of my friends. It was just, it was tough. And Moet, because of COVID, I was there by myself, right? And I actually prefer being by myself, I realized, but my wife and my kids were waiting outside in the car. And I carried Moet in, and then the vet, after she did her checkup, she goes, "You're doing the right thing. This is, it's she needs, her heart rate was like super super low. Her beats per minute was very low, but I could see in her eyes that she still was like, she was halfway like concerned, like, hey, what's going on? And that fucked me up, because like she was a little worried, and I'm just trying to make her like comfortable. I didn't want her to be worried in her last moments. So I told the doctor to hold her. So she left the vet. So she left the room, gave me 20 minutes, and I spent those 20 minutes just sobbing, like uncontrollably, like a little boy, like, just I couldn't stop as much as I wanted to like control it. Because even when she got comfortable after like 10 minutes, she was like, all right, dude, stop crying. And she's looking at me. She gave me like a little lick to comfort me, and like, yo, it's all good. And I'm hugging her, man. And after 10 minutes, I was like, all right, I got to stop. I got to get the vet now. I got my kids waiting for me out there, and this and that. And then I look at her, and she just kind of like had this peaceful look. And then the one of the nurses came in and checked in. I saw my face was like disgusting, red, snot probably. No, definitely, because I had like tissue everywhere. And she went back out. She goes, take your time. And then eventually I had to go out look for them when I finally was able to get it under control. And I had to give the thumbs up. And I gotta tell you, man, the second, third time around, this is the third time I had to do this. It doesn't get any easier.
It doesn't.
You don't. I thought like I was hyping myself up since she was like 10 or 12 years old. I'm like, nah, I could. And I think I even told you guys.
Moet the Immortal.
Yeah. And I was like, nah, I could handle it too. I could handle it. I'm not as close to Moet as I was with Xavier, so it's all good. And lo and behold, man, I was crying like a little bitch.
Never easy.
You know. Oh man, I could have. I mean, she was. You know, and I still look at videos of her and pictures and damn, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that again.
It's tough because as a dog owner, your biggest responsibility is to make sure you're there in that room when you make that decision. And people think the biggest responsibility is taking care of them, feeding them. No, that's just normal day to day. I was like, because I do hear and read a lot of stories of people, the owners not being there when the shot is administered.
Because they can't
handle it. But but that's selfish. It's selfish though.
They're thinking about themselves and not thinking about
the dog.
I don't think they're doing that as a way to be mean.
No.
I just don't think that they're strong enough.
But then
to be there,
I would say that's the largest responsibility of being a dog owner.
It's huge because as soon as you bounce, like you know, think of a kid alone at the hospital if the mom and dad leaves, and then just a stranger with white robes start coming in, poking and prodding.
But
it's scary.
Even if you don't feel like you're strong, you have to muster that courage because the dog gave you 10, 15 best years of their life unconditionally. The least you can do is be there for them for the last moments.
Yeah
That's all I'm going to say in terms of you're going to consider dog, be there when you make that decision.
Right.
Like when Kibbles, so I had to like walk and carry her to the vet because it was like walking. This is New York City, walking most areas. Now I got to be grateful of the vet that I had that I brought it to. Like, gave me all the time I needed. They just said, just knock on the door when you're ready. And that was it. Just left me alone in the room. I gave her pizza as the last meal. She cleared pizza 4 slices.
Same thing with eggs.
4 slices. Wow.
Yeah, she 4 slices kept going. Just like it almost made me second think about like should I just cancel it?
Because you're like, damn, well, look at how exuberant they are, just chowing down.
Yeah, and then it's like. But, you know, sometimes it is comforting in a way when you do bring them to the vet and the vet doesn't even question you on your decision.
Yeah. Because the vet's like on the fence. Yeah. Then you go, oh shit, I'm a scumbag.
Exactly. Like, you know, you just took one look and like, take the time you need. That was it.
And it's hard to take care of an aging dog. It's hard. When they're on the decline like that, you have to tend to them 24/7. They're fucking up your house, peeing on the floors. You know, and you're waking up to pee on it. Like this was where I was going. Yeah. There was like piss on the floor. Whatever was going on with her bladder at an old age.
They can't control it.
She couldn't control it. So we were walking her 24/7. 24/7.
Like Kibbles, I was walking 6 to 8 times a day.
Yeah. And I have hardwood floors. It got so bad that my hardwood floor started curling. Yeah.
And for those not in New York City, this is not letting them out into the backyard. You have to take the elevator, go down the stairs, carry them, do what you have to do, get them out to the outside. Yep. Yeah. So it's a process, and you know what? It was worth it though. Like even towards the end of Kibbles, like 3-4 months, she can't even prop herself up to poo. I had to like hold her by the waist to help her keep her body up, just so that she can go and not get on herself.
And some people are like, "Oh, put the dog down," but at that point, like, you know what? The dogs are still happy.
They're still
wagging
eating.
their tail, still eating. Everything's still the same.
The eyes still had life. Like
except that the physical is just not. You know, they just, you know, that's like me trying to kill someone that's in a wheelchair. You know, it's like they still want to live. They still have a good quality of life. They're still happy. They still have some time left. And, you know, so it's actually what I think is more unselfish to really try to realistically look at your dog when it's at the point where they're at a mental decline, where they're suffering. That's the key. When they stop eating, when they're always depressed, when their eyes are dropped, when their light has gone out. That's when I saw Moet's light was dimming, and I could clearly she was suffering. And pit bulls have a high tolerance for pain, so that's what makes it even tougher, right? But just dogs in general, man, they just don't want to show you when they're in pain. I had a Shih Tzu, Tigger. Yeah, I mean he wouldn't show
nothing. I mean he was old too.
He was old, man, and it's tough, man. I don't know if I would do that again. I just don't know if I could go through that again. It's maybe when I'm old. But it's just
not right now, though.
Not right now.
Like Annie keeps trying to ask me like, let's get a corgi. Let's get a corgi. I'm like, I'm gonna end up taking care of it. I know that already. I know I'm gonna fall for it. I mean, surprised. Obviously, I would want a pit bull, but
yeah, I'm surprised because she saw everything like that. You know what Kibble went.
It's not the same though. She wasn't. She was attached to Kibbles, but it wasn't like the same attachment. I would say like Will had to Axe and Moed. I had with Kibbles.